Your Excellency, thank you so much for making time.
Armed with a constitution, the Deputy President took the hot seat on Citizens' Big Question show to respond to among the most thorny issues, the opposition's anti-IEBC protests.
Let me read for them the first chapter of the Constitution. Chapter 1. All sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this Constitution. You know, when you say, let us not misread the Constitution, because what they read up to all power belongs to the people and leave it there. It can only be exercised in accordance with the Constitution.
But he failed to go a step further and say that the people of Kenya will either exercise that power directly or through their democratically elected representatives. Hiyo ni kumaanisha kwamba wananchi wa Kenya wako na haki ya kuchukua sovereignty ile wamedonate kwa organs ya executive including the president, ya bunge na hata ya judiciary, wanaweza exercise wao wenyewe.
The government has now outlawed the demos, even as the CORD fraternity plans to scale up the demos from once to twice a week.
What we are doing to the country today with these street engagements is not different from what the Al-Shabaab is doing to us.
Al-Shabaab is a ragtag militia, is a militia. I mean, this is something that is provided for in the Constitution to hold protests.
I am telling you, the end result of what we are doing, it ends in the same way. The moment the whole business community are telling us they are in fear, the same way they would be in fear if we had a terrorist attack here. The same way we are damaging property. One day in Kisumu, we lost 1 billion shillings. That is not in the Constitution.
This is a right. Demonstration is a right that hakuna individual anaweza kutoa kwako. Ni your personal individual right. Waende wasome Article 19 of the Constitution. So, kile ninasema, next week tutaandamana on Monday na tutaandamana on Thursday. Wiki hiyo ingine kama sikia maneno yetu, tutaandamana siku 3.
For that, the government promises to meet them with the full force of the law. CORD, on the other hand, saying the government is already guilty of using excessive force, particularly in Nyanza, where a 4-year-old is among those nursing bullet wounds in the aftermath of last Monday's protests.
It can only degenerate into anarchy unless somebody steps in.
Boynet ndiye ako kwa katiba ako na nguvu ya kupeana shoot to kill order. Now that shoot to kill is not something he can just do anyhow. Only when life of a security agent is threatened. And tunataka kujua mtoto wa miezi 6 au wa miaka 6 threaten life ya police namna gani.
CORD insists it will not go into the next election unless IEBC is reconstituted, accusing the reigning chair Isaac Hassan and commissioners of bungling the last general election.
Kila mtu, hata IEBC wenyewe wamesema kuna makosa walifanya 2013, lakini hawaja come forward kutuonyesha vile wamerekebisha hizo makosa. Kwanza mnajua electronic devices zilifail kufanya kazi. Hatujaambiwa ni kwa nini na ni mapangilio gani wameweka ya kurekebisha hiyo.
Before you think about removing this IEBC, you must think through so that you then end up with what CORD ended up with the referendum. That you assemble signatures and then you discover when you have the signatures that you have no referendum law.
And even as the opposition accuses Ruto of being the hardliner in the Kenyatta administration, he too accuses the CORD leadership of dishonesty, particularly with regard to supposed talks and agreements towards ending the current IEBC stalemate.
I think let's leave it to the people of Kenya. You know, it is really a tragedy that we can degenerate into this. And I don't think, I feel ashamed that I have to say the former Prime Minister lied. You know, that's really something that I say with a lot of remorse. You know, it is a terrible thing.
Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Live at 1.